going on, universe? It's your boy Zen. Zen. I had no plans on doing a tarot card reading or making a video of it. I was just gonna go live and do my first one on there, but someone told me I was supposed to give this message to somebody. Cause this kind of came clear as day, clear as hell. So I had to share this. First off, this is for all my chosen elect out here. You know what I'm saying? My fellow gods and goddesses. Little backstory. My name is Zen. I actually live in Columbia right now, but I'm in Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri. Close to St. Louis, Missouri, taking care of my mom. She had surgery, plus my granny just passed away. So all lined. It was like the universe, crazy stuff happening with my niece. My mom goes to Michigan, granny passed away. So my mom was already about to get surgery, so I flew in, granny's funeral, here to support my mom, take care of her while she recovers from her hip surgery. She's doing good. Mama Goddess, Mama Zen is doing good. I didn't learn so much stuff being with her, because long story short, I'll tell another story. I haven't really been got to be with my mom in a space as far as being grown, and only in certain times. But we just got it was just wonderful. My mom's tapped in, she's beyond tapped in. She talks to the spirit. First time she heard the spirit or God was before she could even walk. She was crawling. I learned that while being here now. But long story short, I'm here. Not tarot cards kind of been calling me for a while. I always kept a deck, but I didn't really know them like that. So I was open up the book and read it to tell people what it says. But now I've actually been actually spending time with them. My babies, my peoples, we connected, and that's what's got me into the flow of actually doing it now in this route, and really do it for people that do it for the people that look like me. You know what I'm saying? Well, nah, I'll take that out of there. I would say I just know I'm supposed to do this. It's part of my flow, and how I speak and my energy, my frequency is going to connect to who it's supposed to connect to. But with this, back to this reading, let's get to this reading, man. What came to me, and this is pretty much is going to be about an ex, and this is about an ex that you thought was the one. You know what I'm saying? You thought was amazing, beyond amazing, and she or he might have, been, and right now you're in heartache. You're in heartache, pain. I won't say right now you're in heartache. You've been feeling heartache, and you've been growing past that time, and getting past this moment, working towards that, working on that. And this, grief, this card popped up as well. It's just tying along with loss, feeling down and not feeling like you know what I'm saying? Questioning what the fuck happened, what man, why is this happening? Why are you like this? Why is she like this? Why is this supposed to happen? But I feel like it was majorly in the past, and you've been growing and working towards that, and you're still that you're in the ninth inning, of really closing that door and be able to move forward, but it's still there. And this is where I feel like this is where this is at. You might have been a little bit impatient, when am I going to really be over this person? When is this person going to be out of my psyche, out of my energy zone of me thinking about what we had, what was popping off? You know what I'm saying? This is what this is, you know what I'm saying? But instead of what's come to my spirit is instead of what's going to make it speed up and be faster, which ties into the Knight of Wands, which is about moving, it's about change, about things happening, flows happening, going to a new place, getting to a new state of being, and what's saying with that was going to help you make this move faster is thinking about the positives, the things that were beneficial within that experience, within that relationship. What did I learn from this? Why did this happen? what can I take from this to help me even be a better person? You know, if you're a man, like what could help? What did I learn from this to make me be a better person to move forward within the next relationship, my next connection, or even if it's a woman, like what did I do? You know what I'm saying? What could I have did better, and what was the things that that person did that I now are not going to allow? You know, it's coming to me and it's 11:11. I'm seeing it's 23:11, 11:11. But what came to me was allow is like, you know, having your boundaries. It's like you learned a new set of boundaries. You learned a new flow. Like, nah, that shit is not happening. And you learned new energy signatures, new energy, like, it's like flags. You know, people talk about red flags. It's like you have new energy indicators now. Like you'll be like, oh nah, that nigga moving different. Like nah. Shorty thinks he's slick. You're gonna be able to peep things early. You know, just based off the energies that you experienced from this last relationship and whatever happened there. And it was like, this is like heartbreak. You know, like maybe they was playing with you. You know, they thought shit was sweet. If you was a man, maybe you was just a little bit too nice. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit too nice. And not on your, you know, your mission of, you know, being on your joint, or, you know, you was a female and the nigga just thought you was just a little bit, you know, you was just regular, you know what I'm saying? Like you wasn't a goddess, especially if you was really feeding into the person as a goddess, you know. But long story short, it's like heartache, like you feeling pain. But, you know, thinking about the positive things and things that you can be grateful for interacting with that person, you know, especially getting to the state of knowing that everything happens for you, not to you, right? So that's going to speed up the process. And right now where the you energy is the star. And this, for me, I call this the storm is over now. And I can see the sunset. This is that card for me. This card and a couple other ones, but this card is like pretty much like you done passed over a stage of like heartache. You're getting over those times, a dark time, you know, and you're it's time like to shine, to where you can pour back. You're pouring into yourself, but you can pour it back. You can pour into others, you know, in a balanced harmony state. But you know, what is the star? Star shines, you know. So it's like you're coming into, you know, you're ready to shine. You're ready to glow and get to moving. You know what I'm saying? If you're a man, you're ready to walk out. Like after a fresh haircut, you know, you got to be seen. Like somebody got to see me. You know, if a female, you got your hair done, nails done. You know, you're gonna start, you know, moving your hands because you want to be seen. You know, or you got your hair, and you're gonna start moving your chin because you want to be seen. You know, it's that star energy. Like I'm shining, and people got to see the shine, and that's the flow that you're going into, that you're flowing. And this is the you card. When I said this, is like the present. Remember, I says like, you know, moving forward, ready for that change. You know, to be over that loss or that heartache, that pain of that breakup or whatever the hell happened with that person playing with your life, having you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Having you messed up. I don't watch my language, right? And you know, moving out of that stage of weren't thinking about that last person. Did she get away? Did he get away? Did I mess up? Like, oh man, I really, really wish I could be with that person, instead of thinking about, or like, damn, that was really bad, or it was a horrible situation, yada yada, instead of being like, you know, what can I be grateful for? What can I be thankful for within that situation? Because when you're moving in that energy, and in that type of light, that type of frequency, you know, you're gonna move into a new stage. You're gonna move into a new light because you're gonna be flowing in a new light. It's like changing the perspective. You change the lens, you change everything you're seeing, because it's a different lens, different perspective. So with that in the presence, you know, it's like I said, ready for a change. The change is there to come. The change is happening. When I see this, it's like, it means change is imminent. Like it's not going to happen. It's not maybe going to happen. It's going to happen. And then the near future, you have Ace of Wands. This is talking about like it's new. It's the wands again. You know, a change. You know, a start of something. You know, maybe new, creative. But we're talking about a heartache. This right here is like, I'm thinking of like a new fire, a new you walking, talking different. You know, you in a different flow. You a shorty, you moving different. You know, you got your heels on. You know how the models be walking. I just go to get my head for, if you're a goddess, you walking like the models down the street, like down a, you know, when they on the walkway, you walking like that. You flowing in that energy with this. And if you're a man, like I said, it's like you got the fresh cut. You got that that new cologne, you just sprayed it on, and you walking down, and you just know you him. Like, you can't tell me I'm not him. This that energy. This is what I'm getting. It's like a new flow, and this is like in the near future. This is like when that change happens. Like I said, that change that you want, that really move and you embody that change, and you flowing with that change. You're gonna be that new person. You're gonna be that goddess. You're gonna be that god. You know, can't tell you nothing. You know, and. Thing about it was even more amazing is the environment card is like what's around you. And when I see through this card, this is like, for me, it's like the law of attraction. What did I just say before? I said, if when you make that switch of being in gratitude and being grateful and thinking about the positive things that has helped you evolve, helped you grow, helped you level up from that last relationship, from that last heartbreak, you know, when you move that energy to that gratitude, the universe is going to even out that energy. So if you're feeling pain and the scales are uneven because you're feeling that heartache and you're probably feeling hate, or, you know, feeling confusion or anger, like, oh, so they got me fucked up, or so they got me messed up, what's my language, you know, or this nigga tripping, like, oh, nah, this nigga think I deserve more than that, I'm a queen, and the nigga like, man, I'm a god, like, you're not about to play, you know, when you bring that back and like, oh no, it was what it was supposed to be. You know, especially when you get to that level of knowing that everything is one, everything's connected. You're like, yo, that person was just doing, that person is me. So he was doing, or she was doing what I wanted that person to do to me, because I only know what I need to do to change my flow, change my direction, you know, redirect myself. Like when I was in a relationship and we went our separate ways, and I ideally didn't want to go to separate ways at the time, even though I knew it kind of needed to happen with my living situation of being in Mexico. But I didn't want that to happen, so I was feeling some type of way. But at that point, I learned unconditional love, because I was like, I really got to the point of knowing, like, yo, like if we're all just one, she is really just me. So she's me doing what I know I need to be done for me, because I know what I need for me to make a change, for me to redirect myself and go a different path. You know, so I'm not mad. I can't be mad at her, because she's really just me. She's doing what I need her to do for me, because, you know, and she's doing what she needs to do for herself. If I'm thinking about it, even on a little bit of a lower plane, you know, so she's doing what's going to make her happy. You know, so I'm happy for her. You know, I know this is for me and for my highest good. I'm gonna keep it moving, keep flowing. And this card right here, you know, it's like the universe is like on your side. You know, if you're gonna flow in that energy of gratitude and appreciation for that experience, there's gonna and then be in a state of love and flowing in love and appreciation for where you are now. And because you're always at the best, where you are at this moment in time is always the best version of yourself. Because each moment is like the things you done leveled up from your experience. So each moment of the now is your best version. So being in that appreciation of the now, you know, and flowing in that energy of the now, oh, the universe is going to cook up for you. It's going to be on your side. It's like the alchemist, which is one other reason I went to Egypt. The alchemist just said the world's going to like be conspiring on your behalf. You know, when you're moving in your personal legend, you're moving like the star. You want to move and being in a state of gratitude for that experience, regardless of if it seemed negative or not negative, negative or heartbreaking. And this card just popped in my eyes, which kind of makes sense. And it wasn't part of the deck, but it's the Chariot, and the Chariot's it's about progression, moving forward, you know, going forward and balancing, you know, like I said, you can call this the energy that you dislike the person, the anger, the hate, the pain, and this being like the love, the gratitude, the appreciation. You know, it's like the yin and the yang, the feminine and the masculine. But, you know, for the Chariot to move forward straight, you know, in the right line, this has to be balanced. This has to be aligned. The energy has to be in unison if the Chariot is going to go straight. Because if it's not, if you're more so in this energy, call it dark, hate, whatever, you know, everything is everything, you know, it's going to, if this is more dominant, the Chariot's going to go right. You know, if this is more dominant, it's going to go left. So you need to be in harmony. You need to be in unison. It needs to be a balance there. So getting to that state of, you know, taking that pain, that anger, that what you felt about that person, or that heartache, and changing it to appreciation and you know, learning from it and being in gratitude, you're going to balance out those energies, and the Chariot's going to move forward. You're going to move forward to a whole different state, you know, to be shining, right? And within all of that, you know, it's pretty much showing like I can call it a death that's going to happen. But within death, you know, it's not like a physical death, as you know, it's a transformation, you know, it's a change, you know. one thing has to end for a new thing to begin. The ending is actually the beginning, right? So with the death, what comes to the spirit is like it's going to be a death of that old energy, that old frequency, that old thought pattern that you were in, from the heartache, from the pain, from that relationship, from that situation, right? So you're gonna that is going to die, but it's going to be given a graceful death. It's going to be given a loving death, because it's going to be able to birth something new, and within that, by allowing to let that go, this is like a choice. It's like you have a choice to stay in that pain and stay in that hurt and that situation from the heartache, or you can let it go. And if you let it go and choose to let it go, and have that death, you'll be able to move forward with, this is the distant future card, you'll be able to move forward and charge forward, into a whole different life, a whole different situation, a whole different flow. And you see the knights are about going, they're about being on the move, especially when you talk about the wands and the swords. These are like mirrors. I almost see it like Leos and Aquarius. They're similar to each other, right? When you get into astrology or whatever, they're similar to each other. They're like mirrors to each other, So this is like being on the go, having new thoughts, having new ideas, and charging through with them and being on the flow, right? But, this is the distant future, but within this, before you get to this, you have to allow, this to happen. Make the choice to let go of that past, let go of that pain, let go of that loss you thought that you felt, from that heartache, right? Choose to let it go and have that death, and what's going to help you to let that go is, like I said, being in gratitude. And the Temperance card is like, and being patient with that change, right? And thinking about what's coming to my spirit is thinking about, the ideal you, the energy of the ideal you, when you're past that energy of heartache and that pain, what is you at its higher state? Start thinking about that. It could be a year from now, 3 years from now, and sitting with yourself, right? And being patient and planning like, all right, what's coming to my spirit though? But thinking about the higher you. How do you walk? How do you talk? What's the energy you vibe with? What is the respect that you demand? That you demand. Like there's no it's and what's about it. Like, this is what you demand. It's your boundaries. I was having a hard time finding that word, but it's your boundaries. I think because I had to, within my journey, I had to learn my boundaries. It's a journey. I was married before, and long story. I'm gonna get to certain things before it's in this journey, but I had to learn. What kind of my spirit just now when I said I have a hard time finding that word boundaries, because I wasn't used to having my own boundaries with being super nice and being giving. It's because I'm so empathetic, and such an empath. Like I just feel people's energy, I feel people's emotion, or I feel how they may be feeling. So but back to the story at hand. Being in that state, right? Of thinking about your energy and your highest self, you being that God, you being that goddess. What is your boundaries? What is your rules? What is your regulations? Being in that flow while you're this death is happening and flowing in that and having this. Oh man, what's going to come is it's a union. It's 2 of cups. A new love is going to come, a new flow is going to come, a new companion, a new union, it's going to be balanced, it's going to be in harmony, the heart is going to be open. You're going to be that person you've seen yourself flowing in. You're going to attract that reflection within that. You're gonna reject that equally yoked person from that frequency, from that harmony that you're flowing in and that you're gonna be going in, when you do these things of letting go of the heartache, choosing to let it go, so the death can come, and really being with yourself and imagining and feeling yourself being that highest God, the highest goddess, and what your boundaries are, what's the rules and laws of your life, and what it feels like to be in that flow, you know what I'm saying? And how you look at the person that you're with while you're in that flow, how they treat you, how they flow with you, when you flow like that and you have that, right? You're going to move forward. You're going to move forward to a whole different flow, a whole different glow. I'm telling you. And somebody's going to come in. Something's going to come in. Some love is going to come in. A new person's going to come in. And this is, down the line, over a year from now. You know, I can't give you a specific time, but it's over a year. But the person you're going to be, if you do this work, you do what the Spirit just said, you know. Like I said, Zen is just an idea. This is just a thought. You know, I'm just a vessel, you know, of the spirits and ancestors. The I is the we is the I, you know. So if you flow with that message, if you connect with that message, and you know, do the steps of taking heed and doing and letting go and choosing gratitude and love and flowing in that energy of the highest God, the highest goddess you're gonna be, a new goddess, a new God gonna pull up on you in due time, you know. But it's not gonna even matter when they pull up on you, because by the time you make that switch and you're in that flow, oh man, everything is just gonna keep flowing. You're gonna be a whole different person, different mindset. The stuff of the past is not gonna even matter. The people that you're gonna be attracting, I'm saying this from real life experience, the people that you're gonna be attracting are gonna be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I gotta watch my language. But, you know, if you're tapping into this, you're a chosen elect, so your life has already been one of these. You know, it's just, you're getting confirmation of what you already know. You know this already. It's just, I'm usually here, people meet me, and they come to me when they already are at this level of a god or a goddess, and they're about to go through a change. That's usually when I meet people. You know, I met the dopest and coolest of people just organically. The dopest shaman taught me how to do shaman work and do medicine, ceremonial medicine in Mexico. I got to tell the story about how that even happened, how this symbol, it's just a lot of stuff. I'm going to get into it in due time. But I always say, you know, if we connect, if we end up talking, you have to be one of them ones, because the universe only brings me connected to people that are one of those ones, one of those chosen elects. So I know if you're watching this, you already know what I just told you. You know, you just needed me to confirm it for you. You needed you, because I'm just your reflection, to confirm it for you. And you got this confirmation. So enjoy your day. Hope it hope it was a blessing. Hope we were able to help each other within this exchange, within this dialogue, within this flow. Much love and appreciation. Never forget, you are a motherfucking God, a fucking goddess. Peace and love. Chosen Elect. We out.